Hello and welcome back to KC Boomer Tech. We talk about everything tech and fun stuff related to boomers. Today I'm going to be talking about microphones. You know, everybody's now stuck home and maybe you have to homeschool, maybe you have to work from home, maybe you're an artist and you want to be recording at home. So the right mic really helps. So let's get into it. So as I said, there are many different types of mics you can be using. Everything from a lapel mic, you know, a gaming mic, a full Yeti mic, and if we look to my right a little bit, I have a small mic, table mic, and what you can't see, I'm going to try, let's see, we could do this way. We could also use microphones that are hooked up on stands. Now, I brought all these microphones in here for one reason and one reason only, and that is to give you an idea. These mics have different levels of quality. And depending upon your budget, you're going to be needing to find what works for you. I mean, the Yeti mic is around $99, depending upon where you purchase it, and will give you the best sound quality. But if you're gaming, you know, a headset like this would work. And if you're, you know, on just recording, you know, from work and talking, either one of these would work. But what's the difference? And, you know, in the sound quality, I mean, I'm talking from the main mic here. Let me give you an idea. I'm going to turn on this other mic. And 1, 2, yes, that's it. And I'm going to turn off my main mic here. Now, this is an inexpensive mic you can buy for about $19. Has an on-off switch in the front here, and it's USB, so you can hear this my voice recording. And just for a reference point, do re mi fa sol la ti do. All right, now we'll go back to do re mi fa sol la ti do. And I'm talking from the blue mic now, and you can hear some of the differences. I mean, it's a little mic, lapel mic, and we could be using any one of these mics to talk. But they're, you know, so, you know, the difference between many of them, of course, is that they have limited range, right? And the other thing you have to be considering, of course, if you're, you know, you're going from a simple microphone like this, which is, you know, $19, or you can also be using your microphone, which is built into your webcam, and all of them will capture sound. I guess the military is doing a operation today. A lot of helicopters flying by. But at the same time, there's other things to consider when you're doing this, and that, of course, is proximity. When you have a microphone like this, it's more like when you're in, like, my office here and you're doing a studio. And when you're using this, of course, you want to do it for recording or doing a gaming. And the microphone like this lapel would be when you could be using it connected to when you're on stage. They're all great. But let's talk about some of the problems that microphones will give you. One of the problems, of course, and if you've noticed, all of my microphones have a foam cover. And one of the biggest problems with microphones is that when you do a, you know, Peter P, pop, 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 you get a vibration or noise, and they call this a pop filter. So the foam basically are known as pop filters. And what they do is reduce the sound coming out with the microphone. And those are great The only negative side to this is they do get dirty. They do need to be washed. A lot of people have them on their home microphones and never wash them. Because one of the problems with a microphone, and let me take a quick gander here. You have a grating, okay, which the sound comes through. And you probably heard the difference as they took the cover off. Now these are going to keep the P sound, you know, Peter pop to Peter popping, right? And then you put them back on again, Peter pop to Peter pop 'em, whatever it is. I think you can hear the sound difference that is occurring. But the negative side, of course, is to the foam filters is you need to replace them periodically because they will build up with saliva and spit. If you don't do that and you keep the microphone like this, eventually this gradient will get filled with saliva and guts, and But something like this, you can take it, put it in the sink, put a little soap on it, wash it, let it dry. But they're relatively inexpensive. You can buy a package of these foam filters, 5 of them for $5. So why would you? The other consideration that you may want to consider. Hello. Give me a second here. Is another type of pop filter is, let me pop this on and I think maybe you can see it, is it's not working. Okay. Is a device like this. And I was trying to get the camera to come on, but it wasn't working. And you can see it. You can basically see it. Yes, I better do this. You can see it. It covers the microphone, and it's called a pop filter. They come in various sizes and shapes, and they cover the microphone so that the screen will prevent any bodily fluids from coming out. And especially at this time when we're having such a situation with communicable diseases traveling, you really do want to cover your microphones and protect them in that way. The other thing that you may want to consider is that you may need a hum filter. What am I speaking about? A hum filter is a device that goes in between your microphone and your recording device, computer, soundboard, whatever it happens to be. And usually happens with regular microphones, which using 1/8 or 1/4 input device. Let me show you that. Let me get now these sizes, shapes. I personally use the M-Pop. It has a 1/4 inch in, 1/4 inch out. And what that does is, if you've ever had a problem when you put a microphone into your computer, and as you increase the gain on the computer, you start getting a hum in the background. That's really what you're talking about, is this hum. And a device like this will remove that hum from it. And they're inexpensive. This one cost about $19. This one has a 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch in. They come in 1/4 inch in. So those are things you want to consider using. The other thing that you really want to get into is when you decide what microphone you're going to be using, understand what connectivity you have to your computer. If you're using USB, does your microphone require USB 2.0 or 3.0? And you have to check, because a lot of microphones use USB 2.0, but some of the more sophisticated mics do that. The other thing when you're getting a microphone, you want to also think about how it's mounted. When I moved the microphone, I put the microphone in standby. I don't know if you caught that. And of course, we had a little dead air there. So besides mounting the microphone, be aware of your controls on the microphone, because the on-off switch, the standby modes are all available. So going back to this, continuing, I have it on a mounted stand. Okay. Now they have different ways for the microphone not to receive vibration. I don't use that particular device, but what I do is I have it mounted, and it's because it's on a bracket that goes to my desk. I took a mouse pad, a very thick mouse pad, and I cut it squares out of it. I put one behind and one below so that it reduces the vibration that can come from the desk. Because that's one of the problems that will occur is when you're mounting to the table, you can have transference through the mechanism coming back up into the mic itself, and you could have little coming through the mic. I just banged on the desk pretty good. You probably got a little bit of it, but that's my point. Well, these are things you need to be looking out for. There's so many of different kinds and different microphones, sensitivities, how far away can you go with your microphone to be heard well. I have my gain on my Yeti turned down pretty low because I don't want to pick up any of the room sounds that are in here. My computer fans are whirling, in my background outside right now. In the background you can't hear it because I have the gain turned down, but somebody's mowing the grass. Cars are going by outside, so you want to try to get rid of that, and by turning your filters on. That's the last thing I wanted to talk to you about. And most of the computers and most of the soundboards, you have filters, so you want to turn on those filters on and adjust them to your particular ambient noise. Some of them, the microphone will only turn on when you're talking. Some of them, you can tune out background noise, such as the fans of the computer whirling. That's what I've done. And this helps give you a crisper and clearer sound. So when you're considering, not only should you consider the microphone that you're doing, but also knowing how to connect it, setting up your filters, whether you need a hum filter, and you'll know if you need a hum filter right away, because after you install it, all of a sudden you'll be like, where is this hum coming from? Very simple to remove, very simple to fix. Anyway, I hope this has been useful to you. This is Casey from Boomer Tech signing off. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I hope this has been useful to you, and you take care.